Hey everyone, I'm Life,
And I'm Death.
and today I want to talk a little bit about a specific game that not many people play anymore.
Or played at all.
It just seems like this game has been a dying light, and it's not only that, but the developers as well, Gamers First, have completely abandoned this game.
Unfortunately.
There's only a handful of people who still play, and it's a fantastic game with a lot of different customizations and options and storylines and factions, and really it's a good game.
Not to mention, as we see, we have vehicles. You do a beginning mission to get an ATV, then you can get a motorcycle, eventually a Doom buggy, and a car. And the Doom buggy has miniguns, or machine guns. I wish I had miniguns, but it shoots bullets.
You forgot about the best one, the horse.
Man, fuck the old nag.
Wow.
And yes, I remember its name.
I forget what I named mine. I know it's the default name, but
But as you can see in our top left corner is the vehicle health, and there's also vehicle fuel, which yes, you must refill
there's a
from time to
liberator
time.
chasing you, by the way.
It's fine. It's fine.
How much gas you got?
I got full. That's actually where my mission is.
Why me?
Also, combat is derived on a little bit of an RNG system. When you hit, you can miss, even though you shot them point blank. That's cool. Yes.
It's kind of like Fallout, where it's like you aim, you fire the gun, and then it's not really up to accuracy as it is. You could still miss. There's a bit of a like you said, RNG system.
Yeah, it is a lot like Fallout. So the pitch I get when I wanted people to play this game is, you want Fallout Online? Play this game, because it's the closest fucking thing you're gonna get. Headshots for the win.
Ooh, I have so much hunting rifle ammo. It's ridiculous. I forget. Do you loot? Is you walk up and yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you walk up and you right click and you can loot.
I think it's only like it's like I think it's like not shared, I believe.
I don't think so, but as you can see, if my friend over here is actually hitting, headshots do matter. Which has a higher chance, of course, criticaling. Great. But it still takes a little while to kill fuckers. But as towards other things, there is also world bosses in this game, which you can fight and horribly die from.
Yeah, like we've done many of the times.
Such as the fucking Chupacabra. There's also a giant bear, among other things. And I need to reload.
I love how you shoot him and he runs the opposite direction. That's the smartest thing I think I've ever seen an AI do, actually.
Well, there is an aggro radius.
How do you pick things up? What button did you press?
You right click.
Oh, I see. Oh, they drop shotgun shells.
Some other guy's roadkill? I think
But
not.
besides loot from enemies, there's also loot that you can gather from the world itself, which requires varying levels of skill to actually loot. And also different types of skills to said loot. Loot.
There's a lot of
Did I mention loot? I get stabbed with a sword.
Oh, he's got a gun.
He has a gun! Shoot him!
Oh, you go went prone. Try to do that.
Yippee.
Yeah, you know everything. Dang.
Yeah, I spent like all of 5 minutes trying to relearn as much as I could.
Oh, is he dead? Oh.
Oh. Hmm. Oh, I remember this mission. This is probably a bad idea, but okay.
It's that one guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I stunned him. Loud guard.
But as you can see on life's bar on the bottom, those are abilities that you can use to
I'm not
debuff,
touching that
give
thing.
more damage,
No, it's
buff
dead.
yourself,
I'm not
heal your
touching it.
allies, and even resurrect them, which is great.
Right? And you could also flip people off.
That too. That too.
Switch guns.
There's also PvP in this game, which has segmented PvP zones on the map, which you go to PvP with 9 friends, if you have any.
Is this the guy you're supposed to fight? You shot him.
I shot him in the back of the head. Oh god, he faced through the wall.
I stunned him.
Oh goody, I got the thing.
Oh, you finished the mission?
I did.
Good, because I'm about to get murdered. Fuck. I'm dead. I'll,
Tactical
tactical, you follow.
Tactical dying. Also, there is a lore reason why you respawn in the game.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell?
I think I got this one. I'll give you a little break. So basically, you're a clone, and you're basically trying to regain your immortality. And when you start out, basically there are all these hubs throughout the world they save basically your matrix, your DNA, or of that kind, and you can basically respawn in a lot of specific locations. The one thing that I don't like is that you can't tag along lower level players, and they can't respawn in higher level locations. But besides that, it's really, you're just searching for your immortality. I think it's like someone stole it from one of the lab researchers, and I think you're just trying to find it, as well as all the information of kind of your past. There's not much that really goes on besides that, but it's a solid. It actually is great because it makes respawning part of the lore, something that Borderlands doesn't even do.
I was just about to mention that. It's like, if you're thinking, that kind of sounds a little bit similar to Borderlands, you're not too far off.
Yeah.
But it's a bit more of a legitimate reason, really.
I mean, this game has a solid system. I mean, instead of bottle caps, it uses, because it's based in the Grand Canyon, so it uses casino chips and a lot of other things, which is really, really cool. Oh, that's right, we gotta...
Yep, show this handy little feature. If your vehicle is too fucking far away or ran out of gas and you decide to hoof it, you can come to this wonderful bastard and get that fucker towed back to you, and thus so you can just respawn it while you're here, which is great.
It just costs chips, which I don't even know if I'm rich. I got 19 blue chips. Yeah, so that's how the currency also works. Is that there's you start out with white chips, and then those white chips. Once you get 100 white chips equals a blue chip. 100 blue chips equals a red chip. 100 red chips equals a gold chip, and I think 100 gold chips is like the cap. You have more than that, you have a lot of money to burn. It's almost like money in a way, you know. You have 100 pennies, which is $1. $100 makes a $100 bill, and then if you have a whole 100, that's basically what is that? I think it's 100,000. I think 100. Don't worry.
I don't math.
I think there'll be math for Jim. Don't worry. He's got that calculation for me. And if not, I'll force him down to his office. I'll put it right on the toilet. Yeah, I mean, this game looks really great. I remember a long time we used to play it. Death couldn't really play it that well because of his computer, but I mean, max graphics, this game doesn't look too bad, and I feel bad that the developers don't really care much for this game. They added a lot of like cache things, like for example, they had the feature where some of the armor spots were blocked off unless you were you paid monthly and things like that. And I felt like this game could do really well if it had the developers that actually cared about it, or if someone decided to make their own private server of this game, which would definitely be what I would want in the long run. Who's this guy?
Well, mission's finally done. Yay! But out of all the major changes that they made to this game over the few years that it's been up is the crafting system, which was good because you could craft multiple things at once.
I remember
but
this.
they made a change that you can only craft a total of 5 things at one time, which is really, really bad. Taking that every time you craft thing, it actually takes real-world hours to build. So if, let's say, you're building a Doom buggy and one of the parts takes 12 hours, yeah, that's 12 hours. Not good at all.
Yeah.
But there is a little bit of upside to that. You can log off the game and come back and go to the next part. But, yeah,
It's a lot
let's
more
say
of a hassle.
each part takes 12 hours, then essentially that's a lot of time just spending on one thing when you can be building other things that take less time, but
Yeah. I'm actually looking at the gear right now, and I actually don't even see. I think they used to have like you could have like different shoulder pads and stuff like that. That's why I think it was also another thing. Like you used to have like 2 slots for shoulder pads. You know, you had your chest slot. You had I think 2 thought. So you could mix and match, and each armor piece was just one of the armor pieces, and you had more armor pieces, I believe, which was another thing.
you are correct in that fact. The gloves, the wrists, the thighs, I don't believe it was the shoulders, though, that you can have separate armor pieces, as Life said. Thus, you, like he said, mix match parts so you can get different benefits from different armors, because while you're crafting armors, there's essentially 2 type of armor categories. There are the ballistic variety, which self-explanatory, helps against ballistics, and then there is the science armors that helps against stat effects like radiation, poison, and etc. So mismatching those parts does benefit your character in a sense, but you only get half of the benefits because you're only wearing the one piece of, let's say, the gloves or the wrists or the thighs.
Yeah.
I do believe boots, but maybe. I don't remember.
Hot.
But one thing they have not changed as pertaining to gear is that if Life over here can demonstrate, you can dual wield weapons.
See if I can actually do that right.
Axe in one hand, pistol in the other. Yes, that is awesome. Yes, it should be implemented in a lot more fucking games. Because, as you can see, you shoot with one, you swing with the other. Or, dual wield pistols. Like some sort of movie badass a la John Wayne or some shit. Good times to be had.
And
Good
then
times,
not only that,
yeah.
but you can go basically berserker if you want. Like I have dual hatchets, which are my favorite.
For those times when you run out of ammo, and even if they still have that, your character does say voice lines.
Yeah, he does. I was running around when I was like picking up loot, and he's like, "I won't pick that up," or like some like funny line. So yeah, in the beginning of the video, yeah, that's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I do believe it runs out of ammo, where you just pick a melee weapon as your primary, he says guns are for pussies anyway.
Yeah.
Which I always found hilarious.
Or my favorite, which is time to go medieval.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
Fun little additions like that to this game does make it enjoyable to play.
Yeah, definitely. I feel as if there's a lot of features that really hadn't they really went the wrong directions. They should have really kept adding more things like that. I would love to have had the ability to be able to have different voice acting lines. Things like that. And I feel like this game should definitely either be given to another developer, or someone should definitely try to go back a few builds and make a private server of this game and then go into a different route and direction with it. I feel like it deserves that, and I feel like a lot of people would play it and support it as well. Which is one of the main reasons why I wanted to make this video, and I dragged Death here to make it, is because this game is great. I just, you know, they just need to really either, you know, Gamers First needs to really buckle down and actually do something with it, or, because it's kind of dead. It is dead.
Yeah. Also, little side note, if you look at the top right hand of the screen on Life's video, you can see where the map is, but you also see these two little bars that go up. Those are noise meters. Yes, that is a factor in this game, which is quite interesting, because not that really many games implement a visual to it to see how much noise you're actually making. So when you're firing off your rifle, you can tell you're being very loud, not very stealthy.
Yeah, I'll put to the I'll do an example, which is great because having that loud noise makes your aggro radius larger, which is accurate. If they hear you, then yeah, they're going to come towards you. I don't know why they keep running away from me, but okay. He's dead.
Yeah. Also, no side note, as you can clearly see, the AI, not really all that great. You can also see that little bit from my mission that the motherfucker ran through a wall.
Yeah.
If you play this game at all, you should get used to that quickly. Walls will not save you.
Do you think these guys would drop more ammo?
Well, these guys are like
anyway.
the religious ninjas, essentially, for factions. I guess I should touch a little on these factions if I can remember them all correctly here.
There's the light bearers that are really known for healing and more. I guess they do have guns though, so I wouldn't say they're like, but they're more known for their healing.
Well, as pertaining to combat abilities, these guys are the melee dudes. Religious melee dudes and dudettes.
Damn.
There's also a faction that, if you played Fallout New Vegas, may or may not make you, or what am I trying to say here? It's basically the NCR, which is cool. They also have a Brotherhood-esque faction that's really science-focused. If you go to their areas, you can see this dude in basically power armor, which is fucking cool. They also have another faction, which I'm part of, which is essentially the Raider faction.
I completely forgot what faction I'm part of.
So, I think there's 5 factions, but I don't quite remember. Also, when you choose a faction, I don't know if this is implemented in the game still, that there is conflictions in between the factions. So you fight other people when you're PvPing.
Yeah, there
in
is.
different factions. So, cool.
Kind of.
I should be really helping shooting, but I'm mostly just talking.
No, go ahead. I'm just killing stuff so that way there's something to look at.
Oh goody, you're all the we're by the dude. Is there friendly fire? I don't remember.
I think there is. No, I don't think there is. Ooh, right on top. Nice. I'm getting...
Yeah, come back a little so you
I
can
should
heal.
mind my own business.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There's a healing thing. I forgot.
Get your wounds.
Should probably activate my armor.
Cover fire for the resist.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah,
Some
pull
other
back to the
guy's
bike so you can
roadkill?
heal up.
I think not.
Let's see. Uh... Trying to think of something else. We vaguely touched upon its setting. As Life said, it does take place near Hoover Dam in Vegas, essentially. That's why they use poker chips and whatnot.
No, it's Grand Canyon. It's Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon?
Grand Canyon, yeah. Hold on.
Grand Canyon. It is the Grand Canyon.
It's-
But I do believe during the story we start off in Hoover Dam, don't we? Right?
Yes, yeah. It starts out in the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, you start off in this, like, laboratory, essentially. You gotta escape from it, and then you get welcomed into this wonderful radioactive world of fallen Earth. Needs a bit more love. Well, a hell of a lot more polish. And, well, some just good old tender loving care. As I said earlier on in this video, it is the closest thing one is going to get to a Fallout Online without
I
it
should mind my
being
own business.
Fallout Online.
Yeah. Plus, I like this game a lot because it has a lot of different biomes. I mean, the first biomes you get are very desert-like, and right now we're in the Kadab Forest, which is like the level 30s area. I think the cap is 55, and so there's a lot of variety.
If it hasn't been changed, I do believe you're correct.
Yeah, I think it's like 55.
But if Life could pull up the map for but a
The
moment
map is now pulled up.
and go through the various areas of Fallen Earth, you can see the different biomes. You got a mixture of hell-blasted wastelands, some lush forests, some very sandy areas, all of New Vegas. And it has a very good mix of things, with certain areas being blocked off due to high levels of radiation, which is cool.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, and as you go down the list, you can see the more and more skulls you'll see with crossbow. Actually, really, the first one has like a ton of skulls. I mean, it's just someone was just doodling on a napkin, and they're like, let's put this on my map.
which adds to the mystique of this game. The way the map is, like you said, it looks like some dude just fucking drew on a piece of paper and called it a day.
Yeah, and a lot of times you see, like, I think it's the third map, there's like blood, there's a lot of blood stains, and like the map looks like it's been around, and it's been to person a few couple of times.
Which truly adds an interesting quality to this game, because when you look at a map, to just about every other game, it's just a normal map.
Yeah.
This one has a bit of character to it. As he said, it looks like different people have handled the map over the years and added little bits here and there, warning other people who pick up the map not to fucking go there, because you'll horribly die. Horribly.
Yeah, exactly. I feel as if that way as well. And not only the fact that, what is it called? I love this game a lot. I love the niche and the look and the design, and really, I feel bad that it really wasn't expanded upon in the beginning, as I've said, you know? It's a shame.
Yep.
Well, I remember when I first downloaded this, like a few weeks ago, like, it was almost unplayable. But it's kind of smoothed out, but I don't know. I mean, like, there's not many people on it at all. I'm thinking maybe we could go and maybe do a couple episodes on this. Maybe we'll drag some people on. Maybe we'll talk to seeing if Shadow will probably play it. I doubt it, but
Yeah.
add some stuff to the Critical Fail channel. We'll have to see what he decides, and maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll come back. And
I didn't kill it. I can't loot it.
I love the words he said.
Neglected
Just
little world
no.
called Fallen Earth.
I should mind my own business.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Definitely.
But yeah, that's really all I gotta say, and I think that should be the closer.
We'll expand more on the world in later videos. Do some boss fights, check out some areas, do some bigger quests. But
Maybe even show a couple couple of those world bosses I mentioned in the video. Go kill that fucking Chupacabra. Yeah, I hate the fucking Chupacabra.
Well, that's a whole story for another day. Yeah, I think that's about it. As always, I've been Life.
And I have been Death.
We'll see you on the next episode.
And the waste some time. Maybe. No.
That's a good call. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's about it.